prediction.
¡Vamos en vivo!
Hey.
Are you ready? I was born ready.
Obviously, you're a little, aggravated by the line of questioning regarding Canelo.
I don't want to touch this, dirty, so bad, I don't want to touch his name.
I'm working on feeling the art of humbleness. Hey, you being me, that's the reason why I'm crying, because I'm not that person no more. And I miss him. But sometimes I feel like a bitch. I don't want that person to come out, because when he comes out, hell is coming with him. And it's not funny at all. It must sound cool, like I'm a tough guy. It's just, I hate that I'm scared of it.
It would be awesome to, see being a great war, maybe with a Mexican.
Let's go! Way pop! Way pop! Way pop! Way pop!
I have to put the joke.
No, hey. Thank you for playing, man. I appreciate you. Good timing.
Can't put predictions, man, but I definitely don't want to leave it to the judges.
Sí, buenos días. Good morning. ¡Huepa! Estamos en vivo, ladies and gentlemen. We are Longliveboxing and EnVivo podcast. Como siempre, Manny Marrero.
Shona Gringo Hicksa.
Hopper.
Breaking it down like it is. Like it should be. Como es debido, como tiene que ser. Back in action, los tres amigos. Thank you guys so much for jumping on board this morning. We got a lot to talk about in a short amount of time. Let's get this shit started.
Hell yeah, man. Ain't no time to do it. You know what? We got to get to it. Viva Mexico!
Viva Mexico!
Viva Mexico, cabrones!
Okay.
Oh, baby.
So you know what that means. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. That's not the intro for me or my brother Manny. That is for Hopper. Let's get to it, brother.
Óyeme.
What's up, everybody? How's it going, man?
How you feeling, Papi?
Good to be back on the show, man. I'm better now that we're actually talking boxing.
I know, right?
So y'all met Allergy Hopper. This is Handicap Hopper.
Handicap. Hey, we're almost there. Look, another one. This is the worst one I've had so far.
Oh, man. But we did have something to lift our spirits up last night. I'm talking Navarrete versus Valdez. I hate to be that guy. I'm not that I told you so guy, but we did tell you so. It's not necessarily like I was going out on a limb, right? It wasn't really hard to predict that these two guys put them in the middle of the ring. What would happen? We saw it last night, man. Props to both guys, Oscar Valdez and Vaquero Navarrete. Both of them just put on a show, brutal show. I mean, from the very beginning, Navarrete is usually a slow starter. He said, hell no, not tonight. He went at it. He went hunting for Valdez right from the get-go. And he hurt his right hand. Oscar Valdez had his right eye damn near closed. No, it was closed. It looked bad, and they still went at it. That's cojones right there, man. Navarrete got the win, but I feel like both of them got the W in everybody's hearts, man. They put on a show. I saw how one of the social media on Top Rec on Facebook, they had damn near 1 million views just on a post that said the fight did not disappoint. And I don't think it disappointed either, man. I was at the edge of my seat for the whole fight, me and my wife. And my wife's a very casual boxing fan, and she loved it. I think she also loved the fact that it was two Mexicanos going at it. And that's what made it even better. All the hype leading up to the week, bringing Morales and Barrera ringside with Julio Cesar Chavez. It was, and the place was packed. A hockey stadium over 10,000 people sold, man. I think it probably would have done good numbers even if it was like somewhere else with a bigger capacity. Props to both warriors, man. They put on a show. They were injured in the fight, and they still kept going. Damn, bravo to both of them, man. Hicieron a México muy orgullosos, carnal, los dos. Qué guerra, qué pelea, qué orgullo. It's my fight of the year. I can't think of anything else. And Gringo, you put it best. What did you say earlier?
Yeah, offline, I was saying, like, there's been a lot of big fights, so don't, at me or my brother Hopper. But if you think about those fights, have all been one-sided. As far as like a fight that, was entertaining, exceeded in some ways, surpassed expectations. This is definitely it. So to me, this is the fight of the year. Yeah. And this bravo to both guys, man.
And you could tell the fans at the end of the fight, they all gave him a standing ovation. Yeah. I mean, towards the last few rounds, you see half the stadium standing up. Nobody wanted to sit down. And that's when you know you're in for a treat as well. When the fans in attendance just all get up out of their seat and just applaud both gentlemen. And Oscar Valdez was the hometown kid. He was they loved him there. That's his pretty much adopted city.
Every time that he had
Vaquero's getting booed when he walked in. But I'm sure Vaquero has some fans now. So all those fans are there for Vaquero now. Manny, what did you think, brother?
No, man. This is fantastic. This is as advertised. Just sad enough that a lot of people didn't have a lot of high up on this fight. It was free, guys. So what a better way to start a Saturday with the afternoon delight. We'll talk about it. But the main event, the highlight of the day, Navarrete, Oscar Valdez, two big warriors, gave it all in the ring. I mean, you could hear the people, just rooting for their favorite, especially for Oscar Valdez. Anytime he had, it was one of those things, right? Valdez landed some clean shots. You can hear the crowd roaring. And then all of a sudden, here comes Navarrete with his left uppercut, his quirky style, weird. And he capitalized a lot, right? And so when you look at Valdez fights, right, he always takes control when he lands that hook, right? And in this case, man, Navarrete took everything completely. It was like, I'm not giving up. I got hit so hard, but I'm coming back again, pin him in the corner, go back again. I mean, it was just a back and forth. I did see Navarrete, obviously, as we predicted, and I'm sure Sean is pretty excited to give out the CompuBox numbers. I told you guys, this guy's going to throw thousands of punches. He's going to go over 70 punches per round, man. And did he get tired? No, this is the difference maker. What people don't understand is Navarrete has been waiting for this moment his entire life. This is his biggest fight. Oscar Valdez already had, other major fights in that. No, Navarrete, this is the biggest opponent, biggest opportunity. The spotlight, it was on to these two guys, and Navarrete did what he had to do to come out victorious. You're absolutely right, Hopper. Both guys won. Regardless of that, at one point I was like, man, this is worthy of a rematch. But at the end of the day, I think Navarrete clearly did what he had to do to really, take the good decision. And there was no knockout. Come on, guys. How can you guys feel like Oscar Valdez was going to knock out Navarrete? I don't understand. But at the end of the day, we did see some of those flashes and power punches, and how Oscar Valdez could have possibly would have done that. And it's just, I can't just say anything like that. I enjoy it. It had me jumping up and down. It just really carved the path to my Saturday night that I actually did go out. But at the end of the day, man, what a great day boxing yesterday, bro.
Hey, wait a minute, hold on. Did all three of us have Vaquero winning? We all picked Vaquero winning?
Wait, hold up. What does that mean? That means
what? Did we just become best friends? Yep. Do you want to go do karate in the garage? Yep.
How could we not agree?
I missed that drop, man.
No,
I felt like we were the minority. Which is having conversations behind the scenes.
We're always the minority, man.
Right? Shout out to our brothers at the round table. We had a fantastic.
Get him, Manny. Get him, bro.
I got thrown down there, but I got to tell you what. I would love, as a compensation for this fight, my friend D-Style, I would love to hear in your next show the awesome song that you actually created. Feliz Navarrete.
Man, get him, Manny. Get him, bro. Yeah, that's. Oh, yeah. We heard about that, about your interactions at the round table, and everybody was kind of bullying you. We're like, what? Really? Everybody? I understand Oscar Valdez is a fan favorite. He trains with Canelo. He's my boy, too. But come on. Vaquero's he's a whole different animal, man.
Deal.
No, he definitely is. And he proved it once again. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at the numbers.
I cannot believe my eyes.
Pay attention. Pay attention to numbers. Pay attention. Don't tell me I told you so, but I told you so.
All right. So looking at the numbers really quick, the thing that jumps out that our brother Manny mentioned is thrown, and landed. So what was landed by Navarrete was 216 punches. That's unbelievable as far as like overall, but he threw 1,038.
That is ridiculous.
He didn't let up at all. If you look, as far as the breakdown real quick, and I'll just go real quickly. As far as like overall, he went from 73, 14 landed in the first round, 64, 11 landed, 79 thrown in the third round, 15 landed. The numbers are going up if you guys noticed. 81 thrown, 13 landed. In the round
Look at
where
that
he
12 round, bro. Look at that
12 round fight. In the round where he had the most problems, where props to Oscar Valdez, where I felt he really did kind of turn the tide a little bit. But still, Navarrete didn't let up. He threw 95 punches, landed 18. And most of the punches, keep in mind, guys, are they're awkward, and his footing is probably the worst in the history of boxing, but it's effective, and he doesn't stop. And that's the thing. What he does is been successful for him, and props to him. And we saw last night that you can have a game plan and stick to it. And to the credit of Oscar Valdez, he actually was able to land that hook and get the overhand.
He got him in there, really good end of the rounds too. That you can hear the crowd, because of the excitement of Valdez. Like, and you can see Valdez. He knew he had lost some of those rounds like that, but he's like, man, I popped him. This guy's got a chin, bro. Right. And I mean, it's just incredible,
bro.
So, one thing I just want to point out real quick. I know, Hopper, you want to add something. Is and this is unbelievable to me. So in rounds, like in the championship rounds going towards the end, in round 10, he threw 128 punches. That's insane. You guys understand. And then
the scarecrow
with an injured hand.
In the injured hand. And in the 12th round, he landed 34, all of them being power punches. In respect to Valdez, he was, actually a lot more active than he usually is. People were questioning that, but as far as the percentage of the punches, he was actually above his average, throwing power and setting up his shots. Maybe he could have done some more to probably set things up when they were low. But that's the thing. I heard some feedback on one of the fighters. They were talking about as far as like what Oscar Valdez did, and I love you guys' thoughts on that, Hopper. Now let's kind of talk about that, because obviously, taking a victory lap, we feel good. We all agreed. We're all brothers. We're gonna do karate in the garage. I mean, what could have Oscar Valdez done differently? Let's just be honest, brother. Like, so let's put that out there too. We're fans of Oscar Valdez as well, right? We've supported him for years, right? Good, bad, and different. But the thing was, the decision to me was pretty clear. I felt one guy was just better suited and be able to present things that Oscar Valdez wasn't ready for. And I know that people were pointing to the fact that the counter and that, he's going to walk into something, and he did, but they never did mention this, what I thought was really important. What if, and they were joked about it in the corner during the commentary, what if the punches don't affect Navarrete?
Yeah, they asked him. They asked him, pega duro? He says, nope. Nah. So, no, man. Honestly, I don't know what Oscar Valdez could, because, we brought it up before, but Vaquero Navarrete is such a unique fighter. He fights the way you tell boxers not to fight. His footwork is poor. He leaves himself open every time he throws. His combinations come from crazy angles, and it seems like he's always ready to be knocked off balance. But it's so hard to decipher. Like, everybody thinks from looking in the outside, like, oh, I can just box that, get my technician going, just wait for him to come in wide and come right down the middle. But it's not that easy. Even the most polished boxers have struggled. Oscar Valdez, it took him 4 rounds to really get some timing going. I felt like his 5th round, that's when he really started taking off. That's when Oscar Valdez started getting a little bit of momentum. But it's just that I think it's fair to say, and then Gringo, this is your point. You called Vaquero a generational talent, and I think I won't call him a generational fighting style, because that's the kind of fighting style you don't really see in the gyms or anywhere anybody do, because you don't want to emulate that. It's poor footwork. Everything about it is wrong, but that's his style. He wins, and he's got power in both hands. So crazy cardio too.
Yeah, I love that call out, and I know that when people hear that, they're like, okay, clearly Gringo is on drugs. Call it generational talent. But I say generational from the standpoint of, how can you do everything that's technically wrong and get those results
and win and dominate?
Right. Yeah, and dominate.
He's such an exciting fighter.
And it's just that force to be able to be great in what you do and how you do it and the way you do it. And I think that he put a lot of focus in the gym. I think he looks spectacular. Navarrete has never been a guy that's been super extremely fit. I think he knew he had to really save some of that stamina at the end of the rounds. Oscar Valdez starts always very slow, and that's happened to every fight that he has got, even with Miguel Berchelt. And I think that's why Berchelt kind of took the lead a little bit until he got popped. But at the end of the day, you cannot allow Navarrete to get into his rhythm. Oscar Valdez needed to really start a little faster and try to prevent him from continuing to throw all those kind of punches. And at the same time, there's no strategy in terms of like, I got to keep him in the distance because that's how Navarrete is going to get you. Well, I got to try to get close to him, or I got to try to walk the ring around a little bit more. It just doesn't work. And at the end of the day, you just have to start brawling and see if you are able to successfully land that hook. And he did, and it just didn't really do anything. And I think he wasn't in survival mode. I think he was just giving a show to those who were in attendance and all the boxings around the world that were able to look at this fight and say, wow, candidate of the fight of the year. And not to mention, man, 2 Mexican warriors that, proven, Barrera, Morales, all these legends that went at it against each other and gave us an amazing show, and they just did that. I just didn't think Valdez couldn't do anything different. He came in prepared, he came in ready, but it was just too much Navarrete.
No, just too much Navarrete. Absolutely, man. Let's go ahead and give a shout out to our brother Steven Ruiz in the house.
Ringside Ruiz, congrats on
Feliz Navarrete.
Hey, yo, Steven Ruiz says Oscar didn't have anything to hurt Navarrete. Cowboy kept hitting single and doubles, and Oscar was just looking for the home run. That's how the rounds get away from you. Good call.
Brilliant point as always by Ringside Ruiz.
Yeah, Nava's face is Teflon. That's another thing too. All right,
bro,
so hey,
how can you be in so many wars and like not have any blemishes on your face? Like that dude,
nothing.
So
freaking alien, bro.
It's one thing to have generational talent. He has a generational face. Like literally, that brother was ready to hit the club. Shout out to him and his parents.
You couldn't even tell he was in a fight.
You want to know something, guys? Sometimes we wait for one of these major fights to come in, and then when you start looking at it, it gets a little bit disappointing. I was ready every single round. At the end of the round, I'm like, I'm ready for the next one. Let's see what's going to happen. And then Oscar would surprise me, and I'm like, this is the fight that I want to see. And I see JC's comment right there. I understand it may not be like some of the fights we've seen, but the excitement and intensity that you just plugged it into your TV. And you're just waiting to see what happens round after round. Who's coming stronger in this round? And then so knowing that that's happening, and you can't just stay away from it. It's for me, it's part of when we're analyzing a candidate fight of the year.
Yeah. What I loved about this too, Gringo, my bad, I mean to cut you off. The definition of like when you put Mexican against Mexican, when one hits the other wants to get that punch right back, and we saw it last night. When Oscar was gaining a little bit of momentum, Navarrete was quick to shut it down and try to throw something back. When Navarrete was trying to gain a little momentum, Oscar was standing his ground and he throw that left hook or that right kind of actually started landing towards the end. But yeah, that's the thing, man. These guys were determined not to let the other guy. You me chingaste. Okay, I'm gonna get you right back.
Quick with that. He's so quick. I saw a couple of times went down the body. Then he came in with that quirky uppercut, and it was so quick again with the right hand, and then the uppercut again. I mean, it's consistency of this guy just throwing some of those combinations. It's just mind blowing. It's just great. It's good for boxing. It's just, I don't know, man. I'm super pumped.
No, as you should be. Hey, shout out to our brother JC and
hey JC, what's up, JC? Brother? Come on, which one? We'll throw some out there for us because we've thought about this. Which is your fight of the year so far, man?
Well, yeah, here's the thing, brother. Like, so when we say fight of the year, as far as
JC picked Oscar Valdez, right? He picked Oscar Valdez.
Knockout.
By knockout. I understand then.
Stats don't matter.
No, but all love, JC. All love, brother. All love out there. But yeah, the thing is, there's been a lot of huge fights. That's the beauty of this year. But at the same thing,
they've all been
the Neri fight.
Luis
Neri. Yeah, that was a pretty good fight. But I don't know. Yeah, that was a good fight. That's a good fight. He's right. He's good candidate.
Good counter, my brother JC.
Good counter. Oh, all right. Guys with the counter. Okay,
look at him. JC with the counter comment. All right.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
We got you, brother.
I remember.
All right. What's up? Mark Nash TV in the house, man. Much respect, man. Thanks for checking us out, man. We haven't been on here since March. Here we are in your face, bringing it to you. So let's go ahead and get to it, man. Hey, we love, those 2 Mexican warriors going at it and putting on a show, and we love ESPN making it free.
That's part of it.
What? Man. That's even better, bro. Free 99. Like free 99. I didn't have to illegally stream this fight.
Not that we do that. Not that we do that.
Boxing
not that you do, bro. Not that you do.
Yeah. No. Much love, man, for real. All right. So seriously, thank you, Mark Nash, for the comment. And speaking of comments, man, I got so much love from my brothers from all over the world. But man, and I know that our man Derek James has had his hands full as far as like controversy and can he turn things around? He's got a lot of pressure on him. I think that along with a lot of the elite trainers, but he's dealing with a guy that I'll go ahead and say
Tyson, Sonny Liston, Jack Dempsey. Oh yeah, you don't throw combinations like Rocky Marciano. Because I ain't fucking 14 stone, that's why. I'm 18 stone, I'm heavy. It's hard work. This guy here is a phenomenal.
Okay. All right.
What is he talking about, bro? That's that epic.
AJ would have ran, and I get it. I'm sorry about that. That was something he did against his Usyk fight, but I thought the drop was appropriate, and also another drop that actually is appropriate, a little delayed, but it works out.
And I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I got Anthony Joshua winning the fight.
What is that? The Robert Garcia impact
by knockout.
And he did, but just the wrong fight. So, so here's the thing, brother. Let's go ahead and let Hopper do his thing because I think he's the most, what's the word, bipartisan? Like he's the most
bipolar.
Yeah. Bipolar.
He's the one that has the least negative thoughts towards AJ. Because, like to me,
I love AJ, man.
Yeah, you're an AJ fan, so go ahead and put it out there. What's your thoughts on his performance, where he is, what's going on?
I was happy that he won, man. You can tell the improvement with Derek James. He's boxing a little better. He's a little sharper. His jab is a little faster, and his defense is a little tighter. He's got a little more cardio. You could tell he's leaning down, slimming down, I should say. He's very leaned out. Even though we found out earlier that Robert Helenius fought last week, which is insane. Manny, props to you for one of you guys brought that. I didn't even know that Robert Helenius fought last week. So Anthony Joshua did his thing. He waited to set up that ride, landed it right at the perfect opportunity, right when it opened up. With that said, Wilder in 5.
Huh.
Yeah, so Wilder, whoa, you snuck that in there. Hold up.
I was waiting for y'all to react.
All right,
man,
so
Wilder starches this dude, man. And I love me some AJ. I love it. Anthony Joshua's my boy. I watched that whole damn fight card. It was boring as hell. Philip Horgovich was boring. Watching paint dry and then
Barbie Chora.
Watching Chisora and Gerald Washington and two old dudes just. That fight card kind of sucked. I ain't even going to sugarcoat it, man. That fight card was putting me to sleep, and I'm already on medication, so. Come on, JC. He's improving a little bit, bro. A little bit. Poquito.
I don't know about
he's a little more compact, a little bit sharper, a little leaned out, not as muscular. That Texas heat is definitely trimming them down. So, that's what we asked, Mark Nash. That's what we said.
Well, here's the deal.
You got way more context than we do, brother. So you tell us, so we can tell the world, how did the fight? He fought in. He literally. People just say, "Oh, look it up, everybody." You go to Dr. Rec. He fought in Finland. All right, won by TKO, and then he got his ass whooped and got knocked out yesterday.
So we asked that. We're like, aren't these guys like medically suspended after a fight? And then we realized, wait, the UK is corrupt as hell. So yeah, that makes sense.
Anything goes, brother.
Anything goes. But you can fight 2 days in a row and they'll let them fight over there, right?
Yeah. So basically, what happened? All jokes aside, Mark and everybody listening, is because he fought in a different country. So he fought last week in Finland. He fought in the UK, where anything goes.
Anything goes.
They'll
cover up steroid tests.
Yeah, so because of that, he did fight again, which is crazy. But props to him, and also props to AJ for saying the fact that he did save the event. Granted, it was not the most entertaining event, but the fight did continue on. He's the name, and he's able to fight, and hopefully they paid him some handsome.
I'm sure they. They did. He got. Because at that point, Robert Helenius is in command. He's got all the leverage, so he got paid very well for that fight.
One thing. Yeah, it's just. I mean, it is what it is. Okay, and I'm not trying to go and keep shitting out Anthony Joshua. Y'all know my feelings about it. I just right now don't think he's on top of his game. I think it was a win. I didn't see any spectacular either in Anthony Joshua or anything like that. How much time was he able to get prepared for this? Okay, you got a last minute replacement. You're training for someone else, and you got to shift things around. The second thing is, I don't want to start judging because Wilder beat him up in just first round and this and that. That means that just because he knocked him out in the 7th, that means that that's Wilder's better than Joshua. I don't want to put that analogy into perspective, but what I do want to say is that the Anthony Joshua we've used to seeing to the one that we're seeing on that right now, it's completely different. He got popped a couple of times from a guy. Fought it. We talked about it. Fought earlier this month. It was a 3rd round knockout, so I think he was real fresh. I didn't get to see the fight, but
Puerto Rican rum.
I'm sure that he was still good and a pretty good payday in a last-minute replacement. Who's gonna against Anthony Joshua? I mean, come on. I can fight yesterday. If he wants to fight me tomorrow, yeah, I'm gonna get a good payday. But at the end of the day, guys, is now we're treating these as like, wow, Anthony's back. He's who we thought he was. He's gonna destroy what guys. This fight should have been over earlier enough. And I am concerned about Joshua's defense. Helenius doesn't have that big, strong punch. I think he broke his nose. Both guys did, right? Helenius couldn't even breathe through his mouth. Do you see him in the corner? He was like burp breathing. And so you have an opponent like that who actually is getting hit a lot. It was just a matter of time. But Anthony Joshua looked discombobulated at times. The same thing that I keep saying over and over and over. In that round, and I told my brothers, Derek James, and I'm glad that the camera, focused through that round. Derek James was at him at all times. That for me was a different maker. That for me is an improvement of how the corner can actually make you see certain things and focus and the game plan. And guess what happened? Let's jab, double jab, go to the body. He's going to open up himself. And that's when he came in and landed his massive, right hand. So for me, you got to be a lot better than that if you're going to fight someone against Wilder. If you're going to fight someone, top 3 in the division. Nosing again, that's not going to happen. But at the end of the day, I just don't see that. Now, is it good for the sport? Absolutely. Congratulations to the brothers out there in the UK. Great celebration. Suck it to it, but it's just too much right now. And we got to hold your horses a little bit because
no, well said, brother. Real well said. And I want to go ahead and get to this as well. Shout out to our brother Mark Nash TV. So what do y'all think? I know this is going back, and we'll get back to it. I did want to comment this though. What do y'all think about no one checking on Valdez's eye? That's crazy. I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but doctors are supposed to be at ringside.
Yeah, absolutely. That was wild. Doctor was watching the fight himself, man. He was drinking a Modelo.
So we know who the doctor had money on. He was a Navarrete fan.
It was probably one of those. It was one of those moments where, sometimes you're so caught up in the moment, you're like, oh shit, I'm the referee. You forget to call a travel or a pass interference. The doctor completely forgot. He was like, oh shit, I'm the doctor in this fight.
Yeah. He clearly was entertained himself. He forgot.
He was enjoying the fight.
I think that's part. I think that's part of it, right? I think if you're around, and we've been around fights, right, and we've been, taking some, doing media work and all that stuff, and sometimes we forget about, hey, I gotta move on. I take videos, take pictures, right? Because we just focus on the fight, and I'm pretty sure everyone, goes through that same thing. Whoever's involved around the ring, because that was just that. It just kept you stuck and glued into the TV to see what it's going to happen next. They made a big mistake, but it wasn't as bad though. Around the 9th and 10th round, I think it got bad, worse a little bit later. And then when the fight stopped, I was like, wow. When the fight was over, I'm like, damn, this guy. And it just kept on getting worse and worse and worse.
No, man, it definitely did. So no, definitely appreciate the comments, man. You guys are making us feel appreciated. So let's go ahead and get to it real quick because we don't want to leave this out. This is major news for our brother from another mother, Manny. So go ahead and talk about it real quick, man, and then we can go ahead and go to final thoughts and close things out on this quick winning show. All right, so
winning show.
Winning. We're talking about winners.
Winners. Oh yeah, who was the winner last night?
Oye, Puerto Rico tiene otro campeón. That is fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. That was a really, really good head of a fight. Puerto Rico has something to celebrate. Another world champion for the second time. The IBF at 118 pounds. You guys did see that. When we move up, everything is just vacant, and now it's starting refresh again in that division. And Manny, we've been looking at him. His camp's fantastic, man. He's putting a lot of work. I think it's one of those camps and stables that are actually growing. They got 2 world champions and a lot more coming up. I mean, what a way to really showcase and, take everything you did, parting ways with your family. Salirte de Puerto Rico, irte a México, un ambiente diferente, la familia en Puerto Rico, el entrenamiento, el día tras día, the grinding. I mean, guys, at the end of the day, it all paid off. I am so.
He was training.
I mean, I don't understand what's up with the headbugs. 3 fights in a row. I thought this fight was gonna get stopped again because of headbug. I mean, I get it when you have a southpaw against an orthodox. A lot of stuff can come in, and it looks like Manny. It's not Manny comes in always forward with his head, but it always seems to clash with someone. He stayed great in the pocket. I thought he was going to move around a little bit more, but he wasn't afraid of Lopez punches. I mean, and you could see the training, you can see the stamina, you can see the hard work this kid has put into it. He's been always overlooked, and we talked about that. I rant about that, and right now Puerto Rico has another world champion. Check out unification. That will be fantastic. Oh man, there's there's light at the end of the tunnel, bro. It's 5-4 right now and counting, because it's going to be a lot more. So paciencia, viste, Hopper? Paciencia. I waited 2 years ago to hear like a new de Puerto Rico.
Hey, that was a one-sided beatdown, man. The only thing Manny failed to do was knock him out. I really thought he was going to knock him out. But that headbutt, he dropped him down 3 times, but that headbutt kind of changed things a little bit, man. You could tell he let his foot off the gas a little bit. It was a complete one-sided beatdown. That Melvin Lopez kid, he wasn't ready for that. He was too green for that kind of a fight at that level, at that stage, his first step up competition. And Manuel Rodriguez is a totally different fighter. When he's not fighting somebody named Inoue, Monster Inoue, you can see the goods. You can see how good he really is, man. That was an impressive performance, one-sided beatdown. I'm excited to see what he does next. Hopefully he unifies, fights another champion. But man, hopefully he gets a big fight, and the Puerto Rico shows out for this young man, and show him number love.
Absolutely, man. Much love for Puerto Rico, man. You guys have been supporting us from day one, and we appreciate it, man. We need all the help we can get. But seriously, thank you so much for everyone tuning in. I know you guys want more. Well, definitely more of Hopper and Manny. I'm not so sure about me, but I'm along for the ride as well. But let's go ahead and let's go with let's go with closing thoughts. Hopper, you got it, brother.
Yo, gentlemen, yeah, just want to say your boy Hopper was in a bit of an accident 2 weeks ago. Had a freak softball injury, man, and it's I was actually in a UFC fight. The guy had me in an ankle lock. I refused to tap, and he broke my ankle. No.
Hey, Hopper, let me ask you something. Were you safe? Or were you out?
No, I wasn't. I was out. I was still out. I slid to second base. My cleat got caught on the bag, and the foot went the opposite way. And I'm like, hey, that's not supposed to happen. So went to the ER the next day. The doctor was like, yeah, your foot's dislocated, your ankle's fractured, and all your ligaments are torn. So I got surgery. Surgery went well. Now I'm just on the mend. I got an appointment with the doctor this Friday. Just keep your boy Hopper in your thoughts and prayers, and battle through this. I'll be back making those boxing videos in no time, baby. So I'm still in good spirits. That's the key thing. And I'll be back, man. Ain't no. I'll be back stronger than ever. No doubt in my mind.
Absolutely, man. Much love, brother. Keep grinding. And much respect to you and your family. And cover quickly. Speaking of quickly, the Minute Man himself, Manny.
Minute Man, Manny Maria.
Hey, yo.
Vivo! 9 hours of nonstop action tonight, Saturday. Something to be grateful for. And then there's lots more to come. Sport of boxing, I've talked to a lot of people, and they seem to like not really go for the politics and some of these bad decisions the judges are making at times and ruining some boxing careers and things of that nature. But at the end of the day, man, we have some great fights. The sport of boxing is growing a lot. It has a lot of issues. We get it. We understand. But at the end of the day, as a fan, we just have to sit ourselves and enjoy what's happening right now and the opportunities we're getting, for the future to see major fights. Do we have to pay for that? Yeah. Is it going to be a great card? No. But at the end of the day, man, it's like that novela, preparing yourself for the next, what's next. And that's what keeps us engaged. Who is Anthony Joshua's going to fight next? Who's Wilder? Is it going to happen Wilder? I mean, these are the kind of stuff that keeps it plugged in and out. And I am super excited. If you're pissed off, upset, whatever, man, you just watched last night an amazing card and ended up with an amazing main event, ESPN. And did I ever say that was free? Okay, it's free.
Yeah, every time that I get my paycheck and it disappears on me, I'm like, man, I got to get another pay-per-view.
If you listen, help!
Yeah, because I'm in trouble, man. I'm hurting, but I'm not hurting for boxing. I'm not hurting for good support and love from you guys, and appreciate you guys so much, man. Everybody in the chat, everybody listen to the audio version of the show, man. You guys have some great comments, and next time we come on, we'll try to stay on longer to interact with you guys. But if you guys do get a chance, I definitely encourage you guys to follow us on IG so you can get some more of our hot thing going on, which is the Hopper Thought.
Hopper here, long live boxing with another Hopper Thought.
Guys are always bringing it, and Hopper always brings it every single time, man. So seriously, it's time to.
I wanna go home.
Already home, but you know what? You know what I mean.
We're already home, but
we already.
All right, guys, hey, we love you.
Oye, have a happy Sunday.
Sunday, fun day. Like a brother Hopper says, wilder than 5. I'm out.
Long Live Boxing, they're awesome supporters of our show every Wednesdays. Please, everybody go follow them.
EnVivo. We are live, ladies and gentlemen, como siempre, Mari Marrero.
Sean El Gringo Hicksa.
Hopper.
Hey.
Always breaking it down like it is, like it should